started. All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Back again, another camp. Baharakakadar Shama. That's in the Holy Spirit truth. But before we do anything, I want to start by saying, Call Halim La.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash.
That's all praise to the Father in the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. And Thamashanakapala is a poem, Shaya Shram, which is given of honors to the elders of Israel, which are the elders and apostles, great millstones, teaching you well. Alright, pretty much, man, we're just gonna be getting into prophecy, man. We're gonna be getting into prophecy, man. Because there's one thing that's inevitable, man. And one of y'all can get that definition. Inevitable. There's one thing it's certain to happen, man.
I got a quick precept. This is Ecclesiastes, or the book of Sirach, 36, and verse 15. It says, "Give testimony unto those that has." So, like, give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. See? So what ultimately we're giving out here the spirit of prophecy, man, giving it the testimony of Yahweh Shai to those that's worthy of receiving it, man. 100% raw and uncut, man. Not watering it down as they do in these churches, man.
Our people, they like to hear those smooth things, man. Right. You tell Jake the truth, man. Galatians 4:16, man. Am I your enemy because I tell you the truth? Right. Jake tends to get in his feelings. All right, you can run that out.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
All right, so the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, man. That's exactly what we do. We come out here and proclaim what's to come, man. Things like the mob, famine, pestilence, and things of that nature, man. Those things are inevitable, man. It's certain to happen, man. Get Isaiah 24.
It's the definition of inevitable. It says certain to happen, unavoidable.
Unavoidable, man. So there's nothing anyone can do to stop it, man. It's bound to happen, man. Nah, I meant 14. All right. You can run the precept.
All right. Let's see where we at.
I lost track of it real quick, y'all. I got a quick one.
I got it. Hold on. All right. This is Isaiah 14:27. It says, For the Lord of hosts had purpose, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back?
All right. So it's
it says, For the Lord of hosts. 24. All right. It says, The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, Surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand.
All right, so shall it stand, man. The Lord he's basically stamping it, man. He's making it known that it's gonna happen no matter what, man. And like I just said, man, it's nothing anyone can do. Esau is gonna try and stop prophecy, and push up against the pricks, man. But ain't nothing they can do. It's not gonna stop shit, man.
Yeah, and that's why they're trying and come up with technology or try to find things that they can do to black out the sun, blow the sun up, or let's try and see how far in depth we can go, how far in depth in the sea we can go. It's places and boundaries in the earth that they can't pass. There's certain atmospheres that they can't break. You see? All right, but that point right here, real quick, I'm gonna jump to 27 to back it up. The first one I had read, it says, For this the Lord of hosts had purpose. The Lord, it's a purpose. He got a purpose behind everything that he does. It says, and who shall disannul it? Who's going to stop the purpose and the things that the Lord has set in place, man?
That he's already preordained, man.
Yep.
Because ultimately it was written already, man. Now we're just waiting for everything to play out.
Yep. It says, in his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back, man? All right, knowing and understand that when the Lord stretches his hand out, it's either going to be a helping hand or it's going to be a hand to destroy, man. But in in this case, all right, the hand that he's stretching out is to destroy, man.
God. All right, and this that Job is gonna back up that point, you know, because you basically see that Esau basically tries to blot out the sun, you know, destroy the moon and things of that nature, man. But the Lord, He's gonna put a stop to all that shit, man. All right, you got it.
This is Job chapter 4 and verse 12. It says,
Five.
Job 5 and 12.
Okay.
All right. This is Job chapter 5 and verse 12. Okay. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
So he's disappointed, man. You know, he basically put that shit to a cease, man. You know, because Esau, man, he's real crafty, man. Yeah. Esau, man, he's real crafty, man. You know, so like we said, he's gonna try and do everything, man. You know, especially because he knows that he has a short time left, man. You know, when y'all brothers, yeah. You know. Okay.
This is real quick. This is Job. All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. No? Oh, you got it out? Or you want
I'll read it again, like
this is Job 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
So the Lord appointed the bounds that they cannot pass, man. You know, He sets up those certain boundaries to where Esau can't pass them, man. You know, and that's like it made me think about the scripture in Jeremiah 5. You know, he basically set up the boundaries of the sea, man. You know, to a perpetual decree, man. So how much more of Esau, man?
Basically, you know.
Yeah, that's an entity that he created. He made you. Understanding knowing that the Lord controls all things.
God, that's just showing forth that power that Yahweh has, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. This is Proverbs 10 and 28. It says, the hope of the righteous, all right, shall be gladness, all right? I will end it. And the things that we're going to receive, all right, is going to be joy and gladness. It says, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish, man. See, like the brother read in that Job, man, the things that you're expecting to do, your plan, your agenda, it's all going to fail, man. Because what? You're striving against the Lord, and we understand and know that your plan and the things that you're setting out to do is ultimately, it's against Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Ooh, all right, run it. Romans 13.
This is Psalms chapter 118. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, it is better to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua than to put confidence in princes. All nations compass me about, but in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yeah. One more time, and I'm gonna start mine up. You can bring it up from the top.
What?
What you just read, and I'm gonna start mine from there.
All right, come. All right, this is Psalms chapter 118 and verse 9. It says, it is better to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua than to put confidence in man. Confidence in princes. All nations compass me about, but in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua will I destroy them. They compass me about, yea, they compass me about, but in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua I will destroy them, man. And that's ultimately letting it be known that you have that small remnant here scattered throughout the four winds, man. You know, so all of these devices, all of these so-called methods, these tactics that, you know, Esau, which is the so-called white man, is pushing out, at the end of the day, it's going to be destroyed, man. You know, why? Because Proverbs 21 and 1. You know, the kings, the heart of the king is in the hand of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Right. You know, so it's nothing that these devils are going to do to stop the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua at the end of the day.
All right, good. I'll bring it up.
All right, this is Romans 13 and 2. This is Romans 13 and 2. It says, whosoever therefore the power.
This is the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So basically, whoever goes up against what he already has ordained,
resisted the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
All right, so you can receive damnation, man, if you go against basically what the Most High already has set in stone, man. You know, he's trying to go against the Lord, man. You know, but hey, man, that shit is not happening, man. All right.
This is Ezekiel 2 and 4. I'm gonna start at 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are imputed children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus said the Lord Yahweh. Y'all come through. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them. So, so if I can say, like the brother said, if you resist this prophecy, these oracles, because it's going out across the four corners. And not only is it going out of this great book, the Most High is showing you through what? Plagues, famines, destruction, this pre-chip, this RFID chip. So you're not actually reading this. You actually got you got visible representation on every corner, on the highways and byways across the four corners of the globe. And not only are we saying that, thus said the Lord, it's actually coming to pass. So the Most High is bringing it before your very eyes, man, making this thing manifest that he's about to deliver us here out of America. You got it.
First Samuel 3. Well, I'm gonna just quote it, man. 3 and 20. I believe.
This is First Samuel 3 and verse 19. It says, and Samuel grew in the Lord which was him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground.
So just backing up that point that the brother had, man, none of Samuel's words fell to the ground, man. All those words came to pass, man. And that goes to show you the spirit of the prophets of the Lord, man.
Yeah, that's like when they prophesied the downfall of Nineveh. See, he prophesied the downfall of Nineveh. Yeah, he got aggravated because he seen nothing happen, but eventually it happened. The words didn't fall to the ground because, yeah, it didn't come in this lifetime or when he was expecting it to come. See, but it came.
See, that's why the scriptures say the vision is yet for a point in time. Yeah. Though it tarry, wait for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if I can say, because only the Lord established when the vision and when at a point in time. You got it up.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna talk right into it, man. You know, only the Lord knows that hour, that day, you know, in that time, man. You know, and certain things have to happen before that day, man. You know, to take place.
This is Second Ezra, brother. This is Second Ezra, chapter 4, and verse 27. It says, and cannot comprehend.
47.
47 Salaki. All right.
37 Salaki.
All right. This is Second Ezra, chapter 4, verse 37. Mm-hmm. It says, by measure had he measured the times, and by the number had he numbered the times, and he does not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
All right, so it's set for an appointed time. So certain things, certain prophecies have to come to pass for that certain time to be fulfilled. You know, that's just like, obviously know that we're getting close to the end. Should be at the end, man. You know, it's like driving on the highway. You basically approaching your exit, man. You know, as you get closer, you see exit such and such. 1 mile, quarter mile. You know, we at that last stretch, man. That's why this year is deemed as a year of hastening towards coming of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. You know, because we're fastly approaching this, man. You know, salvation is here. You know.
I got one. This is Second Ezra 16 and verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. So the brother was saying, man, it's coming, and the Lord said it won't tarry, man. You see, it's coming and it's coming fast. All right. It says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours for her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So those birth contractions, man, she land on that birth bed, when they give birth, those contractions, they don't slack, man. And hey, it come, and it might chill a little bit. You know, when it first start off, it might chill a little bit. She might get a little rest in between, and then it'll pop back on her. You know, but when the closer she gets to having that baby, those contractions get stronger, and they don't come with breaks, man. And that's how these plagues are coming, man. They're coming fast, man. They're coming swiftly, man. And everything that the Lord is sending is coming to destroy. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack, just like those contractions that a woman goes through. It says to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn in sorrows shall come upon it on every side.
Real quick, not to cut you off. And one thing about when she has those contractions and those birth pains, once they stop, she think, oh man, man, like she basically got a little time. Yeah, a little time to basically shake back, man. But hey, it's like bro say, it's on our ass, man. It's coming back. And that's the spirit that 2/3 of our people, man.
And another thing to add to that, it catches her by surprise. Because by it catching her by surprise, she don't know when it's gonna hit. That deep in the night, she don't know when that next contraction. She don't know. Check this out, she don't know when the next contraction gonna come. Not only when it's gonna come, but how strong is it gonna be? She don't know if it's gonna be weaker than the last one. Is it gonna be stronger than the last one? She don't know the gratitude or the pain that she's gonna feel within these moments, man.
This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, said the Most High Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee foul, and will set thee as a gazing stock," man. And that's exactly what's happening to America right now, man. All those secret things, because you have a prized possession. A woman has a prized possession under that skirt. Everybody is chasing after their box. But once it's lifted up and you really see it, once it's revealed what it really is, man. All right, all kind of shit.
And then this place, you think about it, like it says, it's gonna be a gazing stock. Everybody gonna watch this motherfucker burn, man.
That's right.
They gonna watch those missions, man. That shit gonna be televised, man. They gonna watch what the Lord do to this place, man.
Right. And that's why real quick, grab it. This is Revelation chapter 18. All right, and real quick, this is Revelation chapter 18 and 17. It says, "For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, every shipmaster and every company of ships and sailors, and many as trade by the sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like what city is like to this great city, man?" That's how everyone is gonna look upon America. They even said it in these other countries already, man, for years. When they get their vacation, where's their number one place to go to and visit? America, man. One of the main places they like to go to is Vegas, man, which is what? Sin City. Anything goes when it comes to hoes, man. That's how this place operates, man.
Another phrase they got: what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
What happens?
Man. So there's a whole lot of wicked shit that's going on in that place, man.
And that's the phrase of Babylon.
That's the phrase of Babylon, man. That's why in Amos the 9th chapter tell you the Lord's eyes is upon what? A sinful kingdom, man.
Sodom and Gomorrah also.
Yep.
See, and this place is like it to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Because the angels giving that report.
The angels giving that report, and the Lord said, "Go and see if the things that they're saying is really happening there, man."
Right.
But ultimately, the Lord had already known, but it's the fact that they kept it to within that section of themselves, man.
Hey, if I could say too, because it said the merchants shall weep, because the merchants are the only ones that reap the benefits of America. America thrives off of what? Imports, exports, sell by boat, sell by plane. All right, that's how they get their commerce to and fro from in America and out of America. So all America's trade members that they associate themselves with, they're gonna cry and bewail this place because they can't reap the benefits anymore. Because it's gonna be hit with nuclear fire. You got it, right?
Hey, that's what you read out. The merchant shall not wax rich.
Yeah. No. That's different. You're talking about the.
You in Revelation 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's verse 11.
This is Revelation 18. Hey, I'm gonna start at 9. This is Revelation 18 and 9. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off."
If I could say real quick, guys, not to cut you off, because what we were just saying on the conference call, it says, "The kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her," and how have they done it? Off our beds, right? Off Israel. If a nation comes into power, you superpower like Rome, Greece, they had us in slavery. We were the main objects of how they brought trade in and such and so forth.
And that's why the scriptures tell you in Isaiah, woe to him that give not a man wages for his labor. Man. See, because that's what America wax rich off of what? The main labor from the Israel, man. See, this is who they wax rich off of, and this is why you see these Confederate flags, and they want to represent the South, they want everything to go back to Holocaust slavery and all this and that. Because that's how they got their money, man. But it's the same shit now. It's the same shit now. It's the same shit now. It's just order and day. You get Jacob motherfucking job, you think he's free. Man, you still fucking slave, man.
Right. Even somebody you look up to, man, Jay-Z say. You know what I'm saying? How's nigga feel, nigga?
Yeah.
No matter what, man. No matter how much money you got in your bank account, man. At the end of the day, you still Jake, man.
You go to motherfucking China. What they call you? Nigga. Whatever your name is, nigga Chris. You go anywhere, man. They gonna put nigga in front of your name, man. When the Lord said you was gonna be known by a byword and a proverb, man, he meant that, man.
It's verse 10. It's in back in Revelations, the 18th chapter, it says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, which is America.
See how I say they gonna stand afar off, huh?
That's right, because everybody knows to get the hell away from this place.
Yeah.
You know, it says, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city.
Now, check this out. Power. Did that happen to ancient Babylon? This is to show. You see the distinguishing in how the Lord played, man, and how He put it in the scriptures, man. This is the scriptures. When they say Babylon, it's speaking of this place, man, America, man.
And look where it's at. The end.
Yeah, it's the end.
It's an end.
Because He spoke of a mystery Babylon, man.
That's right. It says that in this book.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue on. It says, for 1 hour is thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. You see? So ultimately, that lets you know right there, the stock market, all that shit gonna crash, man. You know, the U.S. dollar ain't gonna be worth nothing. You ain't gonna be out here breaking your necks for damn Jordans and Nike t-shirts no more, man. You know, it's gonna be through it, man.
That's why. Did they say we would have healed them?
Yeah, we would have healed them, man. Babylon can't be healed, man. You know, that's why I tell you, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 1 John, man. You know, this present world passes, the fashion of this world passes away. That's 1 Corinthians. You know, the fashion of this world passes away, man. This place is through.
I got you.
But yet you still have people holding on to this place, man. You know?
This is Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, saying, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
All right, so they golden city, what is that, man? That's Babylon, man. You know? They uphold this place as if it's just something so great, man. You know? This place has never been penetrated, so it's going to be amazing to see this motherfucker fall, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you know, and that's another key indicator to show that this is speaking of America, because this is prophecy that has not happened yet. Isaiah 14 was not played out yet, bro. You see, when have we ever stood before the king of Babylon and say, how has thou become weak as weak?
Right. Everybody look at him and say, like, this was the nation.
Yeah, this is the nation that had to.
That's for the come, man. That's why I tell you they have a group 2 and 3, man. You know, like the brother stated quoted earlier, man. You know, the vision is set for a point in time. Though it tarry, wait for it, man. It's coming. You know, it's coming. Because you don't determine when this place is over with, man. You know, that's up to y'all by Shimmy Al-Shah.
All right, brother, gonna pay you.
Is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 25? 26. It say, again, the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesied of the times that are far off.
So he prophesied of the times that are far off. Those times are here now. You know?
He says,
and that's what people say now. People say that now, and this is the time, like bro say, we're in these times now, and motherfuckers still say, they said
The
school
world was going to end
in year 2000. They be saying that, Jake can tell you, keep living.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen. That's way down the line. You know, as if they know the time and the hour that this place is gonna be fucking destroyed, man. You know? All right.
It says, therefore say unto them, thus said Yahweh the Most High, there shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, said Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
He said that none of his words were gonna be prolonged anymore, man. When you prolong something,
It's like you procrastinate.
it's basically like you procrastinate. You postpone it, man. You put a stop to it, man. You know, but hey, the Lord said he was gonna speed up times for the elect's sake, man. You know? So hey man, this thing is on fast forward, it's rolling, man. You could tell the fucking weeks are flying by. You know, next thing you know is we back at camp, man. You know? So,
Next thing you know, we're gonna be out of school.
It's like a walk home. You ever had to walk somewhere far as fuck?
God.
And when you walking, you just like, man, I can't wait till I get there. And then when you get there, you like, damn, that was fast as fuck. That's how it is, man. That's how it's gonna be.
I got you. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. It says, I'm gonna start at 4. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Verse 5. It says, for this willingly are they ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High of heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that was then was being overflowed with water, perishing. But the same heavens and the earth, which are now, and speaking in this present time, it says, by the same word kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. You see? So that's why this thing is speeding up, man. All right? And these people are constantly ignorant of it, because when you go further down, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 Peter 3 and 9, you know, it tells you that these people count slackness, man. You know, but the Lord ain't count slackness, man. All right? No, the Lord ain't, like 2 Peter 3 and 9, if I'm not mistaken. The Lord ain't slack concerning his promise, man.
The 2 Peter 3 and 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
You see, saying what? Oh man, we've been doing this. Oh, we've been eating pork. Oh man, they've been saying the Lord was gonna come, man. But ultimately, the Lord is doing this so that what? His elect can wake up, man.
Because Noah was doing this. Noah was prophesying and telling them, look, man, the great flood is about to come.
Right.
You know how Noah was a Jake, so he's like, man, you know the Lord for the flood this place is over for y'all. They weren't hearkening on to it. They kept continuing and being married, doing whatever they wanted to do. Same thing going on in the U.S. United Snakes of America, man. Babylon, that whore that sit upon many waters. The people are in the same mind frame because they've been reincarnated back, all right? Because it tells you that Yahushua is going to be whole, even those that pierced him. So those that were piercing him, sticking those in his side, all right, they're back here in America, man. Scoffing again at the men of the Lord.
And another thing, the scripture says that you were gonna stand in your lot to the end of the days, man. So that if you was in that same hurtful spirit back then, you gonna be in that same motherfucking spirit now, man.
Yeah, if your ass got caught off in that flood, you're going to get caught up in that fire.
You're gonna get caught up in
Second
that
day.
flood.
And that's just going back to what we were saying. It's inevitable, man. You know?
Hey, this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 48. It says, but if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat, and to drink, and to drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in the day, and he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. All right? And that goes into a lot of people, man. 2/3 of our nation, man. They say the Lord, like the brother was saying, the world was in the 2000s, and shit popped out there. That's saying, hey, look, the Lord delayed his coming.
And that's them also showing that they don't believe.
They don't have that fear.
They don't believe in the Lord.
Yeah, because the word patience is synonymous with the word faith. You know?
When you look at that scripture too, it lets you know that the Lord started, and he's gonna start with his own, man. You know, because it said that we can serve it. So you knew to do the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. That's actually people that was in the know.
Yeah. Motherfuckers got tired of waiting on the Lord.
Yeah.
The scripture says, woe to them that have lost patience, man. You know?
Hey, I got that word slackness in 2 Peter 3 and 9. It's that word slackness. It says slowness or delay, tardiness. All right?
You late.
Yeah, count slackness. You seen everything that's going on. You see this pandemic hit, all these things that the Most High is doing, and you're still not counting it towards a higher power. You're still not giving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua the credit and saying, man, the Lord is doing all this. The Lord is doing all this. You thinking, oh, this is a new phase, man. Hey, it's my generation.
We're gonna breeze through
This
it.
is on my generation, man. Everybody had their problems during their generation, but you're not giving the credit to these plagues and this famine to the Lord, man. The Lord is pissed off with America, man.
And that's the thing. If you know anything about our nation as a whole, when you read throughout the scriptures, Israel always wanted to blame somebody for their fuck ups, man.
Always.
And even today, man, they worry about the Lord tearing. Where the Lord telling you, in Sirach 5 and 7, make no tearing to turn to the Lord, man. The Lord telling you not to tear, but you worry about the Lord tearing. You need to get right before He comes.
That's why the scripture says, consider the ways of the ant, man.
Right.
You know?
This is Proverbs 6 and 6. It says, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise.
Ultimately, man, a sluggard is basically someone who is slack. You know, a slug, man. That person is gonna be fucking tardy. You know, he's not gonna be attentive and paying attention to prophecy and things that are coming to pass, man. You know?
And that chapter, he go into everyday life, man, because he say a slugger is gonna be up on his bed and he like him to a door on a hinge, man. It's gonna only go open so much and close, man. That's all you gonna do. You know, you ain't gonna be worried or focused on what your basically your betterment, man. Things to where you can better yourself within everyday life, man. Because that's really what the scriptures is put here for.
The scripture says that all scripture is written for observation. Yeah, God. You know? Continue on that.
It says, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler,
It's talking about that ant.
provided her meat in the summer and gathered her food in the harvest.
All right, so an ant, it doesn't have a guide, no overseer, or anyone that basically instills order in them, but they know and have enough common sense to go into their preparation mode, man. You know, to provide their meat, man. You know?
Make a good point. Because you say have no God, man, don't have no overseer to tell them what to do.
God.
So how much more you when you have people, you know, that's set up to give you that way, man. You know, which goes to show that you're supposed to be doing even more than the ant, man. You know, how much more you if you're a servant of the Lord, man.
God.
You know, we're gonna be ultimately in a position to rule the whole world, man. You know, but look at an ant. An ant constantly grinding, man.
God.
You know.
And another thing to point out about an ant also carries, I think it's 2 times more of his body weight, man. So it's a lot. It's basically a large quantity of work that's being put in, man. You know?
Yeah, that's the same thing with the man of the Lord. Because we're doing the same thing that ant is doing. We're preparing now. You see? We're preparing now and getting the things that we need now. See, what else compares us to that ant? Like the brothers wanted to, how an ant carries an overload. The scriptures say the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So that means we got to work and put ourselves in overdrive and push. Because it's a lot of work to be done, but it's not a lot of workers.
And that's why their remnant is so small, man. You know?
So to show the more magnification of the glory, man. Real quick, this is Sirach chapter 2, verse 14. It says, "Woe to you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?" You see, what you gonna do when the Lord visits you, man? All right, you lost patience. It says, "They that fear the Lord will not disobey His word, and they that love Him will keep His ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto Him, and they that love Him shall be filled with the law." You know, and I actually want to get a point when it said, verse 12, Salakia. It says, "Woe be to the fearful hearts and the faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways." Because in this thing, man, you gotta have a single mind, man. All right, totally focused upon that prize at the end. It says, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore, he shall not be defended," man. And in those times, you want to make sure that you're gonna be defended by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. That goes to show how much faith you have.
And then the scriptures also say, your own accusers, your own sins shall be the accusers in that day. You be able to point the finger at nobody or nothing but your fucking self.
You the one did that.
Yep. So that's why you're not defended. You won't have no hedge round about you, man. And that's why we're all doing the things that we're doing. I got a piece of
And you got these Christians say, "Oh, it ain't the sin." I mean, it ain't the sin, it's the sin.
Oh, it ain't the stoplight, it's you. But what, no, what they say?
It
It's
ain't
not.
us,
It
it's the
ain't us. It's the stoplight. Yeah. Hey, I got a precept for you. This Luke 13 and verse 23. It says, "Then said one unto him, Lord, are there few that be saved? And he said unto them, strive to enter in at the straight gate." Strive means work. Get there. You know, I mean, Luke. It says that straight gate basically being what? Hard. It ain't gonna be easy. So for that ant, that ain't no easy labor for him to do, man. Carrying that heavy load, man. He says you're gonna get that word. You got it.
It's that word straight. You're in Luke 13, right?
Yeah.
13 and 15,
23.
23.
Oh, it's really 24. 24 is straight up.
It's that word straight. It says straight. Stenos. Stenos. It says narrow. Obstacle standing close about.
Obstacle. That's standing close. That's like run. Like we bring out the analogy all the time, jumping hurdle. That shit is not easy. And then think about when the hurdle. I done watch some motherfuckers run a relay, and the motherfucking hurdles be like right here next to each other. So he gotta jump, hurry up and jump again. You know, that's that obstacle. It's hard. It's narrow. Hey, only one man can enter in at one time. Go ahead.
And another thing, you have to single your eye on that hurdle, man.
Yeah.
You can't be paying attention to the person in the next lane, you know, because you'll fuck yourself up.
You can't listen.
What eye? You gotta single it.
Yeah.
Hey,
You can't listen to the crowd.
Thank you, right up, Buck. It is Luke 13. So like Luke 11 and 34. The light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thine eye is single, thy whole body also is full of light. But when thy eye is evil, thy body also is full of darkness.
Yeah. So you got to keep your eye single, man. Focus on the mission and the task that is at hand. If you studying, hey, you got a test, you got an exam in a couple days. Guess what? If you ain't been studying, having your eye single on these questions and what you need to prepare yourself to do, you're gonna fail that fucking test, man. All right, let me finish this. This is Luke 13 and 24. "Strive to enter in at the straight gate, for many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able," man. You see? Watch what it says. It says, when once, and why they're not able to make it? Because obviously they were that sluggish. They weren't having their eye single. They weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing so that they can obtain. The scriptures say, "Run that he may obtain," man. All right. It says, "Strive to enter." It says, when once 25. When once the master of the house is risen up and hath shut the door, and ye begin to stand without, stand in darkness, like that brother precept, it says, "And to knock at the door, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. And he shall answer and say unto you, I know you not whence ye are," man. You see, so guess what? That door was shut and closed on you because the word that the brother said earlier, because you was late. You was tardy. You was slothful. You didn't make it on time, man. Hey, like you said yesterday, hey, what if you fall short? Hey, you fell short, man. You didn't come with all your money, man.
Ultimately, what does that stem from? Them not paying attention to the prophecies that are happening, man. You know, and it makes me think about Matthew 25th chapter, man, with the 5 wise and the 5 foolish, man. You know, it was 5 that basically weren't attentive to what was going on, man. You know, it got left out. That door was shut on them, man.
What they was thinking, they was in the mindset of thinking, oh, you can continuously be tardy, man. They thought, oh yeah, man, it's gonna be all right, we're gonna make it in time.
And you know why they didn't take no oil? Because they seen the sun was out. We don't need no motherfucking oil to light no matches, man.
Yeah.
They didn't believe in the darkness when it was gonna come, man. So when the darkness came, when the dark time came, guess what? They didn't have their light, man. I'm not gonna quote it because I know you just called for it.
Go ahead.
This is John chapter 9, verse 4. It says, "I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work."
All right. Yeah, you must work the works of him that sent you while it is day. Why you have that time to do so, man? That leisure time to do so, man. You know, because once the darkness comes, man, it's a wrap on that shit, man.
Yeah, you better gather your motherfucking matches, man. You better gather your matches, dog, and count your motherfucking sticks. So you can light that fire when that night comes.
I got one. This is Matthew 7 and 21. It says, "Not everyone that said unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter to the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of the Father which is in heaven."
Hey, and what the Lord told us to do? He said, make you ready to the battle. He said, get ready. Get ready, because guess what? It's going to get real evil. But he promised that he was going to deliver us from it. But in order for us to be delivered, we must be ready to get delivered. You got to be motherfucking ready. If you're not ready for your ride when it gets there, guess what? You missed the bus. You missed the bus,
You
man.
gonna get so scared, you losing faith, man.
And ultimately, their ride is not going to wait for you, man.
That
A
ride
bus,
ain't
huh?
wait for you.
I remember when I was younger. The bus, you got
Salaki, bro. Because in the church house, you know what they tell you? Hey, you got time, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got time, like the Lord gonna wait on you to get right. Like, fuck all that, man. The Lord ain't gonna wait for nobody to get right. The prophecies ain't gonna wait on nobody. They gonna come at the appointed time it's supposed to. It's either you gonna get down or you gonna lay down.
The Lord said, make haste, man, to do the will. You gotta be swift and quick to react, man.
And you gotta act according to wisdom.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have that wisdom if you ain't in the book.
And that's why the Lord say, when he comes, who's going to be found their faithful servant, man?
Yeah.
Who's going to still be doing the work, man? All right? You ain't going to have your hand in your pocket. All right? You ain't going to be worried about all the bullshit and cares of this world, man.
Playing grab ass with your partners.
You know?
Because I think it's 2 Timothy 2:4, it says a righteous man, he's basically not going to be entangled with the affairs of this life, man. He's not going to be worried about all those things, man. And ultimately, shit, he's not going to be idle, man. His hand is going to be to the plow, and he's going to be putting in work, man. You know, to seal his spot, man. You know,
This thing is getting fit for the kingdom, man.
Yeah,
So you got to make sure all those measurements are right on point. If they not right, hey, you need a new suit.
Hey, think about it, huh? He's not eating the meats. He's not eating the meats and the things that he needs to eat now.
Yeah.
So his body be, hey, what we need to eat, what we
he's not
need,
going to have that problem.
hey, what we doing? We working out our salvation. We're working out our spiritual bodies, man. You see, we're working these things out so that what? They can grow. If we're not eating the proper things and intaking the proper things, how are we preparing ourselves? If you sit around and you eat Oreos, eat ice cream, drink sodas, and do all of this shit all day, you think you're ready to run when it's time to run? So how much more when the Lord crack down on this motherfucking place? We supposed to be preparing ourselves.
So all that bullshit that you put in your system just broke your flesh wide open.
Yeah.
You know, and when it's time, when your flesh is need to be used, you can't. It ain't gonna be worth the shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Why your fucking body can't heal like it's supposed to.
Yep.
It was synonymous with this word, because it said the whole head is sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when the Lord, when we got this doctrine, when we know who we was, you know what I'm saying? We put on them what that strength of Zion. All right?
It's Luke 21:29. And he spake to them a parable. Behold, the fig tree and all the trees. When they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of Yahweh is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Yeah.
So this is what we're standing on, man. We're standing on something that is not going to pass away. The Most High says, when the moon and the sun stop giving off light, then he'll put away Israel, man. All right? Then he'll put away the prophets. So we have a duty, because it says be occupied in prophecy. That's your occupation. If you occupied in something, that's your occupation.
Yeah.
You studying it. You consume yourself with it. It becomes your whole livelihood. Like Jake said, once he get knee deep in a rap game, or he signed that 360 deal, then that's all he eats, sleeps, and shits after that.
Or like that's
It's the studio. I'm in the
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah.
We in the scriptures 24/7, man.
And it's like when you get a job, like the brother was saying. The Lord said, walk worthy of the vocation wherewith you were called, man. Your vocation is your job, like the brother was going into, man. So when Jake get a job, how long you been on your job, bro? 35 years, 15 years. That's because he's on this job to stay. That's what we're here to do. We're on this job to stay on this job, man. So in order for you to stay on your job, you got to be a good what? You got to be a good worker. He should be replaced, man, because the Lord said, I'll raise up these stones to raise up the children of Abraham, man.
That's why I said, no man put his hand on the plow and looking back. It's fit for the kingdom, man.
Yep.
You know, you can't do this when you want to.
Hey, you go.
Oh Lord, I'm trying to do this, so I want to do this. I'm gonna do the work today.
Yeah.
You can't do that, man.
Hey, you gonna get on a new job. We got these new jobs that we doing. Shit, I love it. But shit, you think about your old job and shit that you was doing in the world.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that, man?
Exactly what the Lord said about occupation. This is in the book of Jonah. Because we all know Jonah didn't want this. He didn't want that lot, man. He didn't want to be a prophet because he knew the prophets used to get their ass kicked. They used to go into the prophets. There was some confrontation with the prophets.
You knew what it came with.
What it came, you know what it came with.
Gone at the book.
Shut your ass up, bro. Hey, this is Jonah 1. I'm gonna start at 7. It says, fuck y'all.
You got it.
It says, and they said, everyone to his fellow, come and let us cast lots that we may know for whose cause this evil upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. And they said, then they say unto him, tell us, we pray thee, for whose cause this evil is upon us. What is thine occupation?
Ooh, Salaki, just to cut you right there, not to stop. Hey, that's a beautiful scripture. But bro, how you think these nations gonna look at Esau when all these plagues come? Man, what fuck reason is who fought this? We going through this shit, man.
Right on his side.
Man, who hey, and what Hitler said, hey, my people gonna find out what I was saving them from. Because America got the jewels. They got the jewels of the Most High, man.
That let you know they knew exactly
Yeah.
why all this shit was
They knew
happening.
exactly why this shit was happening.
That let you know that there was benefit.
Yep.
They knew that they was about to benefit.
Yep.
But he was gonna say the same way as you gonna benefit from it right now, it's gonna bite your ass in the future.
And that's why they say when they kill us, they're gonna think that they do a godly service. They're thinking that when they get rid of us, the shit is gonna go back to normal. Ain't none of this shit gonna be happening because these are the words that we're speaking. So they see the words that we're speaking in the place that we're speaking to come upon this place. And they're like, oh, if we get them out of here, maybe it won't happen. And he's making it worse.
You just making it worse. You add gasoline to the fire.
Yeah, you're gonna hear what gasoline draws on.
It says, what is thine occupation? And whence comest thou? What is thy country? And of what people art thou? Yeah, it was Jonah 8, 1 and 8.
Ooh, and they asked him, what's your occupation? You a prophet?
Yeah.
Well, you supposed to be doing something?
You're like, well, they was on the ship and they see, hey, because Jonah, he fled from what his occupation was supposed to be. So the Lord was like, look, well, oh shit, on the sense, the Lord was like, look, wherever you go, I'm gonna fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So where he was at, he was started fucking it up. And they like, man, hold up, bro. We cast lots to see who this dude is, like, who caused this evil upon us.
Yeah.
So, and the lot fell upon Jonah. So like, man, what the fuck is your occupation? What you doing here?
Hey, and that's like when they took the Ark of the Covenant. When they took the Ark of the
They
Covenant,
start
what happened?
around. Why the Lord taking us up there? Y'all better come get that shit out of there.
Motherfuckers was
That's how
sitting out
they
their insides and shit. What is it called?
Hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids. The Lord smite their ass with hemorrhoids. So they start passing the Ark of the Covenant around, man.
They were saying the Ark of the Covenant shall not abide with us, man.
Yep.
And that's a beautiful point that the brother brought out in Jonah. They let you know that they knew judgment, man.
Yep.
They knew judgment because you got all this shit happening to us. That means something's going on. We know we ain't doing shit wrong, so it gotta be you. And they cast that light and it fell on Jonah, man.
Now you got that word occupation. It's that word occupation. It says occupation, work, business, property.
Hey, did not Yahweh say I must be about my father's business?
Yeah.
All right, so he
What
told
he
you
was doing, he was found in the temple
he was doing what? Hey, get this work.
and
You
asking
know what I'm
questions. Man,
Exactly. And so,
can't make this up.
Jonah, he had to be about the Lord's business, man. Get your ass out there and go prophesy.
That's one thing about the Lord. If you're supposed to be doing something, you're gonna do it.
It's either the Lord,
It's not an option.
It's either you gonna do it or the Lord gonna make your ass do it. And that goes to show you. You know what I'm saying? If the Lord wants you to do something, you know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna make your ass do it. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Al.
it says service, political, religious. It says stuff, things,
Hold on.
goods.
The brother said service. Did not Paul say, look, sacrifice your body as a living sacrifice that be your reasonable service? Just paraphrasing the scriptures. And how you sacrifice your body as a living sacrifice, bro? Doing this work right here. Doing this service right here, man. All right? This is our occupation, man. We will put, hey, everybody be like, man, I need to find me. Or I need to this, that, and the third. Bro, when you come into this word, man, you know that you was only put on the planet Earth to do just this. Yeah, you do what you gotta do, like, you know, in this society that's, you know, to make ends meet, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, this is what we were supposed to do, man.
Everybody got a destiny.
The occupation right here.
Everybody have a destiny that has to be fulfilled. You have your life. everybody have something that they were sent here to do. And Jacob look. Oh, well, you look at it. Everybody that's rappers, everybody that's wealthy, everybody that's doing everything that's out. You walk in the church house and you kill everybody in the congregation. You go to jail for life. That's your destiny, man. That's what you were sent to do. We were sent to prophesy downfall.
That's that Romans 13, the brother brought out, man. Let all the souls be subject unto the higher power.
Yeah.
So whether you be on the left hand side or the right hand side, you're gonna do exactly what your Yahweh Shemel wants you to do, whether you like it or not.
And I want to always reiterate this, because whenever the scripture come out about subject to the higher power, I have heard dumbass Israelites say that, hey, that means you got to take the chip, or that means you got to take the jab. That is, that is not.
Hey, that's a bugged out argument that can quickly be corrected up here, man. Right? I got a precept too. Right?
Go ahead, brother.
They speak that shit, but not knowing, we're subject to the higher powers until those powers try and cause us to go against our power, man. You see? Well, because if that's if you think about it, what controls everything? Lord. The scriptures say spirits, principalities, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities, spirits, and wickedness in high places, man.
And the scriptures tell you Jacob can be enchanted, so we know these things ultimately are in the hands of Yahweh Shemiel Shah. But it's better to be aware of them. At least Jake walk around don't know what the hell's going on in the air, throughout the earth, man. At least we have that spiritual awareness of things going on. At the end of the day, we know we're in the hands of the Lord, regardless. But at least we have a one-up with this oil right here, man, and this wisdom. But I got a precept. This is Sirach 39:1, and it says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men," all right? And those men of renown, those giants, all right, that walk the earth, those men of old, those men of valor, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. That's why you see when something goes on in the news, we're there also. When prophecy goes on in the Middle East, all the way over here, all right, we're there also. We're here breaking it down and filtering it from the powerful down to the least of this book, man.
That's why I say, where those, read that part again, the mysteries.
It says,
the parables, there we be also.
It says, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
That's right, man, because these subtle parables are ultimately going to be the reason and way how you're supposed to govern yourself, man. You know? Because everybody not going to understand these parables that's in the scriptures, man. You know?
Hey, just to back you up, not to put our business out, but multiple times a week, we're right where those subtle parables are, man. Getting these meaty breakdowns, man. All right? Filling our bellies up with this knowledge, this wisdom and knowledge, man. That's what's important in these times, man.
Yeah, because you know why? The scripture say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability
Isaiah
of that
33:6.
All right, because you got to think about it, bro. There's certain situations that brothers might fall into, man. You know what I'm saying? And the scripture that you done read, that you done seen, that's in the scriptures, it's gonna come to mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in your head whenever you go through that. You know? Hey, look, because the scripture, hey, say, you saw like, look, check it out, man. I'm about to knock off your kids, man. So go ahead and take this little chip, and we can keep it pushing.
We can make it all right.
Hey, but the Lord say what? He that endure to the end shall be saved. You know what I'm saying?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, let a man so account of us as the ministers of Hamashiach and the stewards of the mysteries of the Most High.
All right, so just like the brother was going into how this is our occupation, when you go into that word steward, it basically means a holder or someone who has a business seat at an office, man. You know, so we basically have that office seat, man. This is our job, man. You know? So what do you do at your job, man? You work, man. You constantly press towards finishing that task, man. You know, John 5:39 says, search and examine the scripture. Those are things like that is what's going to have you stable in those times to come, man. You know?
Hey, and it's funny that you said it's our office out because we actually spiritually set up shop, all right? We're spiritually business salesmen, all right? Through this word, man. Somebody comes across, we pitch to them. right? Like you do a sales pitch. Yeah. Hey man, what do you? I got this, that I want to sell to you. Hey, you know your nationality according to the Bible? Oh no, you don't know. Well shit, let me show you this 2021. You know how salesmen do. But we're doing it through these words.
Yeah. Real quick, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same spirit. See? It says there are diversities of gifts, man. So one brother might, you know, which we all have that spirit of prophecy. You have the discerning of the spirit, all right? You're going to have charity,
workers,
you know, miracle teachers, brothers who make the oils, the frankincense.
Like the body, you got
healing,
souls.
Yeah, that's correct.
And it's all going to work out, and everyone is going to play their part, man.
It says,
and that's why the scripture say we're never lacking.
Right.
We're not lacking in anything, man. Right. Because if you come up, you think about it, somebody come before us, and it's a dialogue going on. Whoever's speaking, yeah, he's gonna deal. But guess what? You got all of these brothers around. Right. So if he's lacking in the area, okay, boom, it's somebody in this bunch. It's somebody in this bunch that's gonna be able to, you know.
I got to appreciate the back all that up there whenever everybody saying.
It says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same spirit. And there are differences in administrations, but the same Lord. Going back to what? Those different bodies of office, man.
Right. And what he said, what he said, I magnified mine office, man.
It says, and there are differences in administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal, man. You see, to profit and ultimately, because when you go to Matthew 5, it tells you that you are the light of the world, man. You know, let your light so shine before men, so that what the Heavenly Father can be glorified, man. That's how it's gonna bring forth profit, man. You're gonna get fruit, all right. And ultimately, everybody is at the end of the day, man. Those that's worthy of receiving it, they're gonna be edified.
That's right. Just to go back to that point that the brother made. How everyone has a specialty when it comes to this truth, and how all that builds up the body. Like one brother may be lacking in the area, you know, and another brother can uphold him, man.
Right. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 10. It says, if the iron be blunt and he do not wet the edge.
All right, and when you basically wet something, you basically sharpen it, man. You know, and when something is blunt, it's basically dull, man. You know, so if a brother is not making, let's say, sharpen that specific area, you know, then he has pieces of the body that can basically enhance him, you know.
Then must he put to more strength, but wisdom is profitable to the
right. So if he's not, you know, sharpening that area, then he's gonna have to swing it and basically put forth more effort, man. Yeah. But that body is basically gonna uphold him, man. So he won't.
Yeah, and also, to add to what the brother is saying. They say he gotta put forth more strength, man. You gotta bang on that. Whatever it's not sharp at, what you do? What that blacksmith do? He beat on that area to make it sharper. So wherever you're not sharpening yet, you got somebody according in the body that's gonna give you everything that you need to basically sharpen you up, man.
You say in the body because like if you get an ailment in the flesh, you get cut or something. Say if I get cut on the hand, like gashed open. I still got my other hand to band-aided up, medicated up. Yep. Something go wrong with one of my arteries, my kidneys. I got another kidney. Yeah. I hurt my eye. I can't see out of one eye. You still got the other eye. You got other things in your body that help you preserve itself, man.
That's why scripture say iron sharpeneth iron. Iron sharpeneth iron, man. A friend sharpeneth his neighbor, man.
Yeah. And just to back up to that analogy, man, like when you sprain like an ankle or fuck up your hamstring or something, another muscle will substitute and help out, man. You know, the same thing goes with this body, man. You know,
I got a precept, and I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, it's like I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, just hold it up. This is 1 Corinthians 12, and I'm gonna start at 14, and I'm gonna jump down. It says, for the body is not one member, but many. All right, but I'm gonna jump down to 23. It says, and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow much abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. For our comely parts have no need, but the Most High had tempered the body together, having given more abundant unto that part which lacked.
Like, come to me, man.
Alright? So basically going into what the brother saying, man. Hey, the body is it's one body, but with many members, man. So when you read up, like when you read up from down to 14, you got, you know what I'm saying? Like the hand does its job, the foot does its job. You know what I'm saying? The extremity does their job.
That's why you got the immune system.
That's right, and it makes, and the immune system is this doctrine. The immune system is this doctrine, man. You know, because the body flow off the doctrine, man. Because we all speak the same thing, man. Because what, bro? When you get some, like, think about your body, huh? If you get like a bacteria in your body, it starts affecting your body. Now, say if like that's why it can't be no damn unity camp, man. You know what I'm saying? That bacteria shit, we not with that, man.
Can't be no letter.
Exactly.
Because
Because when we come to the mob, niggas gonna say, "Oh, it's sleeping with white women," or it's Christianity. All right, that's bacteria, man. Our immune system is strong here, man, because we got the two doctrines. Y'all about to y'all shot.
They say shit like that because they don't want to lose their fucking life.
Yeah.
They say shit like that because they want to keep their pussy ass congregation.
And this immune system, it heals itself because people come up with all types of filth that they learn in the world, all types of dogmas, ideologies, and they come up into this rivers of living water, and it just irons whatever you came up with, it irons it all the way out, man, until it's completely aired out, man.
That's like the scripture in Psalms 19. It basically says there's nothing hidden from the heat thereof, man.
Yeah.
You know, this doctrine is going to burn everything that they bring up, man. You know, no matter what angle they come from, it's something for it, man. It's going to cut that shit up, man. You know?
Yeah, we got one. We got that. All right. You got this one that's done with it. You got it.
All right. This is Jeremiah 5:13. And the prophets shall become wind, and the word is not in them, thus shall it be done unto them. Wherefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
Just backing up that point, man. So everything that they bring out, man, is going to be burnt up, man. You know, this word is like a
I
fire.
heard
Man.
Jeremiah. I just wanted to say.
You got a question?
No. Jeremiah 29, man. I mean, that's one of my favorites. Call unto me, and I will answer. Seek me. You know, he goes on to say how, you know, my plans for you are to prosper you, to give you hope in the future. The most common verse.
But do you know who he was speaking to?
I love that verse. Was it Jeremiah was speaking to the exiles, huh?
Do you know what captivity Jeremiah prophesied in? And what group
was
of
it
people?
Babylon?
Yeah. And what group of people did he specifically prophesy to that were captive in Babylon? Do you know?
I can't recall.
The Israelites. So if he would be just roughly fair, if he would be speaking to someone in that captivity time, right? America is a society, right? Babylon was a society. You had rulers, you had slaves, you had all those things, right? So if Jeremiah was speaking out of the book of the words, he had to be speaking to a specific group of people in that captivity. All right?
I got it.
Let's go.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Go and cry in the ears of Jerusalem."
Out from the top again. What book you reading in?
Jeremiah.
All right, you quoted something from the 29th verse, right?
29th chapter.
All right, 29th chapter. Salaki. All right, excuse me. So he's reading from the second verse, and it's going to tell you who that particular prophet Jeremiah was speaking on to. All right, so you can get an idea of who he was speaking to. Okay.
He said,
got it.
I'm gonna read it over. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying."
So the word of the Lord came on to Jeremiah. So the Lord was dealing with Jeremiah. All right, he was dealing with him. He was sent Jeremiah out to prophesy unto a specific group of people, which we're gonna get to. You got it.
And it says, "Go and cry into the ears of Jerusalem."
Of Jerusalem. Now Jerusalem dwell what? You have Israelites. But here it's speaking about Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Okay? So the people that he was speaking to, although he said Jerusalem, he was identifying Jerusalem with Israelites of that time.
That was just the point I was bringing. I just to let him know who he was talking to.
Give me matter of fact, between that book, Jeremiah 28 and 8. Because Jeremiah is also going to tell you not only who he prophesied to, but also what he was prophesying about, and we're gonna relate that to these times that we're living in right now.
It's Jeremiah 28:8. It said the prophets that have been before me.
The prophets that have been before Jeremiah. So he's speaking even in his time of the Babylonian captivity. He's speaking about times before them. All right, and he's speaking about this time as well that we're living in. Keep going.
And before thee of old prophesied.
Of old, keep going.
Prophesied both against many countries.
Against many what?
Countries.
Uh-huh.
And against great kingdoms.
Against great kingdoms.
Of war.
Of war.
And of evil.
And of evil.
And of pestilence.
And of pestilence. So someone that's prophesying against many countries, telling them about war, evil, pestilence, that doesn't sound like somebody that's on top, right? That sounds like somebody that's held captive there, all right? Or that's facing some oppression from that captivity. So Jeremiah was going through it as a prophet in Babylon, all right? Preaching to, ministering to Israelites. Keep going.
And it says, I'm going to start over, it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
Okay. Now, is America considered a country? Would you consider America a country? All right, keep going.
Against great kingdoms.
Great kingdoms. Would you consider America as a great kingdom?
There's only one king of one kingdom. But
okay, so
sure, yeah. But in modern times,
speaking of the aspects, when you think about America versus Russia, China, major superpowers.
Yeah, okay.
America would be considered one of those major superpowers, right? Yes. You could agree to that?
Yes.
Would I say this? Would you not agree that Rome was a kingdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And would you agree that Rome has strikingly similar characteristics to America? Could you agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Keep going.
It says against great kingdoms of war.
Of war. All right. And America is on the brink of a third world war. If you see what's going on, you could agree to that?
Yeah.
In some way, form, or fashion, for what you know of, you can agree to that. Yeah. So okay, back to your what you were saying, that one of your favorite verses were in the 29th chapter.
You want to get it?
Yeah, we can get it, but let me make a point for you.
All right, man.
So Jeremiah was prophesying in that time, and we, as the men of the Lord, we're prophesying this time, telling them of the same things: war, famines, against this country and this society, and what its reflection of our people has truly been over the past hundreds of years. Because give me Deuteronomy 28 in the land, because we were carried over here on cargo slave ships out of West Africa from the transatlantic slave trade over here, and centuries have passed until this time that we've been growing up in this generation in society, all right, and now we're prophesying against this very place that has held us captive in our people. Yeah, the Israelites.
Jeremiah also spoke against this place. Like the brother was telling you, Jeremiah spoke against America also, man. See, because when you read, you mentioned the 29th verse, but if you read further into Jeremiah, when you get to like 50, 51, you get into that area, then he speaks of prophecy and how a virgin daughter is basically of Babylon is going to basically be destroyed. So he didn't only prophesy and speak about the downfall of his time, but he was speaking of the future. When you read Isaiah prophesied and spoke about the coming of our Lord. They all spoke about the future. That's why they were called prophets.
Hey, listen, if I can add to the brother, because check it out. Ancient Babylon, it wasn't destroyed. The powers were just transferred.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, when Jeremiah talking about Babylon, Jeremiah talking about, he was talking about it was destroyed.
Yeah.
Like just oblivion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Because when you go into the history, Babylon was overtaken by night. By night, Babylon was overtaken. It didn't go down like you would assume, but like the scriptures would speak about. And then it said it wasn't going to be inhabited anymore.
So that wasn't speaking about the present Babylon. He was prophesying about America.
Because
Jeremiah was prophesying about America today.
Yeah.
Because when you go into the way that America was destroyed, it tells you that it's going to be thermonuclear missiles hit that place. That never happened to ancient Babylon.
Yeah.
It
was like the brother said, it was transferred.
A whole new perspective.
That's right.
Hey, and look, like the brother said, get that the kingdom is transferred through the Bible, because it's going to tell you how what Jeremiah was speaking of. America, captivities are transferred, like the brother said, through what? War and violence. That's how that's how captivity, that's how that's how Greece went from Rome. That's how Babylon went from Medio Persia to Greece, Greece to Rome, Rome to reincarnated Rome, which is America. So all those things were transferred through what? War, famine, pestilence, but it was sent from on high. The Lord sent these things down, put it in the mouths of men. They prophesied, and these kingdoms fell. These kingdoms fell through the words in the mouth of the power of the prophets, through the Lord. You got it, God.
It says, Ecclesiastes 10 and 8, I know I was right. Because of unrighteous dealings was not Babylon, and that Daniel 5 and 25 was the brother going to bring out. Was not Babylon transferred to Medio Persia through unrighteous dealings, defilements, abominations under Belshazzar, the last king of Babylon? Many tekel operasim. All right, keep going. And that's how America is called what? That whore that sit upon many wives. And this is coming out of the book. The Lord calls Babylon, spiritual Babylon, which is America, a great whore because it's defiled. But Israel, it has the apple of his eye, most the Lord's children here in captive, and it's also polluted the whole entire earth through America. You got it. And through that beast. EU and the NATO and the EU and the European Union, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the European Union created that beast. All right, we're gonna get into that. It's going. It says injuries and riches got by deceit.
By deceit. All right, and that's how what kingdom is transferred through kingdom on kingdom, but it's also transferred through the Most High's work. All right, and sending the prophets out and prophesying the downfall. That's what Jeremiah was speaking of. He was prophesying the downfall and telling us we're gonna have to do the same thing because we're in spiritual America. Spiritual Rome. Spiritual Babylon. It's a lot. And spiritual Rome and spiritual Egypt.
Yeah.
It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
From one people to another, from one kingdom to another. All right, and so on and so forth, like we were speaking.
This is Daniel 5:25. It reads, and this is the writing that was written, many to kill of harassing. This is the interpretation of the thing.
All right, so when Belshazzar, you can read the verse up.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to I'm gonna read 23. I'm gonna read 22. It says, this is Daniel 5:22. It says, and thou his son, O Belshazzar, has not humbled thine heart.
Belshazzar, the last king of Babylon. All right.
It says, has not humbled thy heart.
So Belshazzar was similar to what? Pharaoh in Egypt. The Most High did what? Harden his heart. Same thing he did to Belshazzar to make him go off, defile, abomination, and the Lord justified indignation and destroyed Babylon.
Yeah.
All right? Took them out of their rulership. Put the Medio Persians in. Then from the Medio Persians, you had so forth Alexander the Great. All right? The Greeks, the so-called Greeks, was the first kingdom that the Edomites came into power with. You got it, right?
Because who was before Belshazzar that set an example for his people? Nebuchadnezzar. You see, and that's why he said, ye have not humbled thine heart. When you read in this chapter, he say, shit, you seen what I did to him and casted him on all fours? Yeah. But you want to end up like him?
Yeah, he made him as a beast.
You see? And he was made an example also. You see, because of his pride.
He said, look at everything I've done.
You see, and now look, when he told Belshazzar, he said, ye have not humbled thine heart, though thou knewest all this. Because when you read up above, he was telling them, you know all the things that I've done, to show my power. This is what the Lord was saying to Belshazzar. All right, it says, but hast lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven, and thou have brought the vessels of the houses before thee. Now you see it say he lifted up himself before the Most High. Who does that now? America does that now. They lift themselves up and they're walking in that same pride. You see? And that's why virgin daughter Babylon is that place all over again. You see? Because those same spiritual men are here today. All right? It says before thee and thou and thy lords, thy wives and thy concubines have drank wine in them, and thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold. Who upholds money now? This society, this rulership upholds the money, man, which is surely finna come to fall because Moscow just said that they finna do away with the US dollar, man. All right, it says, and gold of brass, iron, wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear not, nor know. It says, It says, in the Most High, in whose hands the breath is, and whoso are all thy ways hast thou not glorified. So basically going into them how they were serving, false idols and things like that.
Hey, and to back him up, I was looking for the article, but there's an article out there actually that's referencing this Daniel 5:25 in today's time that the Lord gave the elites a message, giving them the same message in modern day time with his brothers about to read, telling them again that many take your upper rest. I'm looking for it if I can find it before you finish reading, but I'm gonna try to. Telling these elites of this society the same thing, that he's going to destroy this place. Your kingdom is numbered and finished. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the name of it though.
Telling them that their kingdom, America, is numbered and finished, but it's going to be given unto the Israelites.
Yeah.
In a new kingdom. You got it.
And if I can make a point real quick, statement, because that's the only reason why you have all these other kingdoms were set up to rule. Because those same vessels that they looked upon, he said the vessels of the Lord were brought in.
Yeah.
That's speaking of Israelites. The Israelites were in their possession at that time.
That's
so
right.
this is ultimately what the whole fuss is about. It's the Lord's children. The Lord's children was constantly took and put, basically they were put in slavery, under all of these other nations, just like America. When you look according to Deuteronomy, like the brother went into the 28th chapter, it tells you that the Israelites were going to be brought into a place that we have never known before.
I'm going to get it.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Sure.
When the brothers say Israelites, who you think the Israelites are?
The descendants of Jacob.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Good question.
Okay. So when you say the descendants, right,
Joseph.
right.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right. So you say the descendants of Jacob. So who would be the descendants of Jacob today?
Believers.
Okay, hold up.
Actually,
Hold
what are they?
on. So when the brother say the Israelites was always oppressed in every captivity, right? Which people on the planet Earth today you feel like the most oppressed?
And wouldn't it be Christians
No,
all
hold
over
up.
the globe?
Time out,
Wouldn't it be
Listen. Which nation of people do you feel like is the most oppressed in America?
They got a precept.
Hold on, before you read
I wanted to answer this. Which people do you feel like is most oppressed in America?
Well, if you're talking about past times, man,
We're talking about
We're talking
today.
about today. What people you feel like catch the most hell in America?
I even say this.
No, hold on, wait. Say it, brother.
African Americans.
Because is it a low class? In today, is it still a high class, middle class, low class? It is.
Yeah.
So who does that low class majority consist of? And that'll show you exactly who's the oppressed.
See what he's
Because
asking.
they're at the bottom for a reason.
If I can add, what he's asking you is this: in a simpler form, the Bible consists of nations, right? Are those nations that the Bible speaks about? Those nations are here today, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you said the Israelites were the descendants of who?
Jacob.
So who are the Israelites? What happened to the Israelites in the Bible?
Digging right.
Well, okay. I'm asking you this: where would the Israelites be, and who are they today?
All throughout Judges, they were constantly being given to the enemy, then being their own.
He just said it. He said it's the African Americans.
Yeah.
So
You
you agree?
in America today,
Look.
who are
Let me
Israelites?
Let me ask you this. It's like this,
Get
okay?
away from the road.
When you think about the word minority, what do you think about when I say the word minority? Who are minorities?
Well, I always thought of Hispanics. I was from Texas for a while.
Okay. Minority in your mind would mean what? That they're what?
Less fortunate.
Uh,
So lucky, brother.
Less fortunate? All right. So you said Hispanics, right? And you also said African Americans, so-called African Americans, right? That's ironic because those two groups that you named are the chosen people of the Most High. That's only two of them. All right. You also have Native Americans, like you said, Latinos, Latin-speaking people. All right, and so-called Negroes. You got that Deuteronomy? And last week was the eagle because the northern tribe, what we call Israel. All right, Israel. You have the northern tribe. You got Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. And you got the names that correspond with them on this side here today, which we call bywords, because these words get that proverb, byword, and astonishment, because these words that you see, Negroes, West Indians, they were given to us by our oppressors. They were given to us by our oppressors. So if you go and take full control over the land, the subjects that are in the land, you're gonna say, well, I'm in possession of you. I'm gonna call you by names that I want you to call, that I want to call you. You know what I'm saying? Just like it tells you that he called it the land after his own name. So this oppressor that suppressing the Israelites, we're gonna get to that too. What you said are the so-called Africans, so-called Hispanics, which we added on to Native Americans as well. They're being oppressed by a certain system that's led by a certain
Might have started on another camera.
Right? We call them